Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree? Yes. You are knowing what you are wanting? More or less. You are enjoying the expansion of your desire? Really? Your desire still feels fresh to you. When an idea occurs to you, it feels life-giving, it calls you. That's a wonderful way to feel, isn't it? Well, if you're feeling that way, that means you understand that there is no exception to your ability to achieve. That if this time-space reality can inspire a desire, this time-space reality has the ability to deliver it to you in its fully manifested, fleshed out form. But we're more interested in helping you to feel the exhilaration of the idea than a dependency on the fleshing out part. Even though they go together, we're not trying to talk you into one and out of the other. We're just wanting you to get your priorities in the right order to facilitate the accomplishment in the full fashion that you seek it. Are you beginning to recognize that once that's done, once you put the answer to your question there, or the solution to your problem there, or the expansion to your dreams there, that once you put it there, once life helps you put it there, that it's a done deal? Do you know that? Not so much. But we know it. We know that when a problem arises, that the solution does too. In fact, an equivalent solution to an equivalent problem. So it doesn't matter how you're mixing it up or what you're launching into your vortex. You understand this vortex? It's a little odd initially and conceptually, but it is our desire today to help you to understand this conceptual idea of this vortex until it becomes a reality that you feel in your belly, because we want you to return to the creative genius that you were born to be, that you were on the day that you were born. We want to help you to release some of the things that you've picked up along your physical trail that are causing resistance or hindrance to your full realization of the creative power that you hold. It's an interesting thing, we know. It's a bit odd to play with us. There's this man who calls his wife Abraham. That in and of itself has to be odd. We've noticed you're not trying to explain it to so many. And this woman must be a split personality because she continually refers to herself as we. And she draws a big circle on the floor and calls it a vortex and tells you you should go there. So we know that conceptually you get it, but it is our desire today that you don't just conceptually understand it, that it's not just an idea that sort of kind of makes sense, but instead it's something that you remember, because we promise you that the larger part of you knows it. And this physical part of you will remember it here today, because you're already in the proximity, and we're going to lure you into the vortex, where you will remember fully. So we could say to you, in fact we will, that this first manifestation is a general manifestation, in that I feel good just because I want to, or I feel good because I'm anticipating things coming, don't know what, don't know where, don't know when, don't know who necessarily, and don't need those specifics to feel good. That's the point that we want you to come to. I don't need all of those specifics to initially feel good, because I can feel good in the general sense that things always work out for me, in the general sense that the laws of the universe are always consistent, in the general sense that I have an emotional guidance system that will help me to keep myself in alignment with who I am, in the general sense that I accept that I am a worthy being. Well, that's general, but most of you aren't really doing a very good job of that, because you have specifically been not feeling worthy for a very long time. So when we say, oh, you are worthy, you say, yeah, but tell me how to get the things I want. Tell me how to get the things I want, and when I get them, I will feel worthy. And we say, well, you have to feel worthy, you have to feel capable, you have to feel excited, you have to be vibrationally ready before those things can come. And you say, yeah, but if you just show me how to get them, then I will have a feeling response to them. And we say, we know you would, but don't play the game that way. Because if you need the evidence before you have the feeling, then you slow it all way down. But if you can show yourself, and you can show yourself that today in the hours that we are together, that you can accomplish the emotional manifestation, you can feel better now about anything that is your desire or your issue. When you show yourself that, and you practice it, not because you have the ulterior motive, oh yeah, I'll do this boring work that Abraham is teaching me, and if I do it long enough, then I'll get what I really want. It is not for that ulterior motive. We want you to do it for the instant manifestation of achieving the vibrational emotion of well-being, which is the reason that you want every single thing to come into being anyway. We know you heard it. Before we're finished today, we want you to know it like we know it. Because when you discover the power of your ability to focus, the power of your ability to focus yourself into a good feeling emotion, you are free from all bondage. You are free from all bondage which exists for only one reason. It exists because there is vibrational resistance within you that you've practiced into place. And when you let go of that vibrational resistance that you've practiced into place, then it's as simple as saying, I like that. You achieve the vibrational good feeling of it, and then the universe says to you, and we're not kidding you about this at all, that feeling that is chronically present within you matches this. Would you like some of it? Matches this. Would you like some of it? Matches this. Matches this. Matches this clarity. Matches this vitality. Matches this stamina. Matches this conversation with this lovely person. Matches this piece of information that is just the right information at the right time. Matches this rendezvous with this set of people. Matches this experience. Matches this manifestation. In other words, the matching just gets more and more and more and more deliciously and satisfyingly specific. But you got to start with the foundation that as it fills in with stuff you do want rather than stuff you don't want. That was just brilliant. You know. So something happens. Maybe someone walks into your experience and they don't jive with you in the way you would like them to. They're annoying in some way, or they're unknowledgeable in some way, or they're belligerent in some way. They're abusing someone in some way. It doesn't matter. You witnessed it and you're having a knee-jerk response to it. And as you're having this negative emotion, the reason you're having the negative emotion is because you're responding to it in the way that you are. And if you feel negative emotion, it means that your inner being is responding to it in an entirely different way. In other words, what you're feeling isn't about what you've witnessed. It's about your relationship with the larger part of you who's having a different experience. Can you hear that? Because who you really are is loving this obnoxious person, even though you are not. And so the rift that you've got going on is the separation is too strong a word between who you really are and who you're being. So that's a manifestation that happened. This is the thing that we want you to realize. That person walked into your life and you experienced that manifestation. When we talk about manifestations, we know you think we're talking about cars and empires and legacies and books and relationships and all those pinnacle sort of things that you have been thinking of in terms of goals that you're reaching for. But we want you to understand that what manifestations are, what we really mean by manifestation is what's happening now. This is a manifestation. This room, these lights, these screens, this sound, this people, this global audience. This is a manifestation that's happening right here and now. Your relationship with your chair, your relationship with the people you're sitting next to. This is a manifestation. It's happening now. Manifestation. Everything that is happening around you is a manifestation that is evidence of one thing and one thing only: your relationship with your vortex. Your relationship with your vortex. So the fact that this annoying person is there, or this belligerent person is there, is your manifestation, which is simply reflecting back to you your relationship with your vortex. That's all. And that's what's so interesting. Esther nearly fell off the bed, and then the chair, and then the car, and then the bed, and then the chair, and then the car. As these processes have been going through her mind, the thought processes, as she realizes that everything that's happening is a reflection of only one thing: her relationship with the vortex. So, for example, Esther said to Jerry, if I were to do something for you kitchen-wise, in my beautiful new kitchen, what would you like it to be? And Jerry said, I would like oatmeal and raisin cookies. And Esther said, consider it done. So she went to the kitchen, snatched everything out of the cupboard, except baking soda, which was not there, because she has never baked in this kitchen before. And so she said to Jerry, I'm on the hunt for baking soda. And Jerry said, I think I saw some in the refrigerator at the guest house, because Sylvia has freshened everything, and I think it's in there, like a freshener thing. So Esther said, I'm on it. So she jumped in the car. Now, their garage is carpeted, which is a little tricky, because on 3 occasions, Jerry has ended up at a restaurant with no shoes on. Because it just feels logical to get in the car from the car. So now Esther jumps in the car, goes through a gate or two, goes to the guest house, steps out into the gravel in her stocking feet, and says, right out loud, can someone please explain to me why I'm here in my stocking feet? And then she tiptoes down the pathway into the cottage and thinks to herself, surely there are a pair of shoes or carpet slippers in the closet. So she walks into the closet and finds herself in very wet carpet. She calls Fidel, and he tells her, as he examines it, that the air conditioner, no one's been in the cottage for a long time, the air conditioner has been running, it's plugged up, and it is draining into the closet. And Esther is saying, now no one needs to tell me why I'm here in my stocking feet. In other words, a manifestation, a path of least resistance. Jerry wants cookies. He wants the kind of cookies that don't have the baking soda. The baking soda isn't in the house, but the baking soda is at the cottage. Esther goes in her stocking feet. Now, you might say coincidence. You might say, oh, that's one way to twist a really stupid story into something meaningful. But what it is the path of least resistance manifestation, because things are always working out for you. You see, things are always working out for you. Esther could not get back over to the house to tell Jerry fast enough. She wasn't even upset that the house smelled funky, or that the carpet was wet, or that she didn't know what the problem was. She was exhilarated that the universe had delivered to her an answer to a problem she did not even know she had. Because things are always working out for her. You get what we're talking about. Manifestations. So, do you believe that when you launch a rocket, that your inner being actually embraces it and becomes it? Do you know that when you're sick, vibrationally you're weller? That when you don't have enough of something, that vibrationally you have more of it? That when you're confused, vibrationally you're clearer? In other words, this is the way this dynamic universe and the evolution of all species occurs. So there is this vibrational part of you who is calling you home. And we want to say to you, you're going. The question is, are you going willingly? Because if you relax into it, if you just let go, if you just acknowledge you've done the work, the isness of the vibrational reality is in place. The cooperative components have already been assembled. They will show you amazing things. You will defy the logic of all kinds of people as this vortex does its work. The question is, where are you in vibrational relationship to it?